Hello everyone, welcome to another lecture on C++ programming language. We are on lecture 15, and in this lecture we're going to talk about mathematics functions on C++. If you want to use, if you want to calculate the sine of a number, the cosine, or we want to calculate the square root of a number, or we want to calculate the cube root of a number, or we want to calculate the maximum of, to find the maximum between two numbers, or the minimum, or we want to calculate the logarithms of a number, natural logarithm, or base 10 logarithm, or base 2 logarithms of a number, or if we want to round, the numbers in our program. So we use, like a cmath function, a cmath library in C++. And in this lecture, we're going to talk about this library. So we are in lecture 15, and we talk about maths functions on C++. So in C++ program, if we want to calculate like the square root of a number, or we want to calculate the cube root of a number, the natural logarithm of a number, the base 10 logarithm of a number, or we want to calculate like sine of a number, radians, or cosine, or tangent, or want to round the number. So we have a library in C++ called cmath. cmath is a library in C++. It's a library. When we want to, calculate or use this kind of functions in, in our program, we need to include this library in our program. We need to include this library. For example, if I write a program to calculate the square root of a program, square root of, a number in C++, so what I can do, I say --include iostream. I use the iostream library. Then I can --include cmath, or C++ mathematic library. So here all these functions, like if you want to calculate the sine of a number, sine of x, or you want to calculate the cosine of x, you want to calculate the sqrt, or square root of x, or you want to calculate the cbrt, cube root of x. X is a number, okay, any number. This is a number. If you want to log 10 of x, or log 2 of x, or you want to round, or you want to round up, like we can use floor function, or round down, like you can use the ceil, round down the floor function, and if you want to round up, we use the ceil function. So all of these functions are included in this library. So for example, if I also we have another function called power, POW, which take two arguments, like the first argument x and the second argument y. It means this is the base and this is the exponent. It means if we have power, like calculate the power of 2 to the 3. So it means 2 to the power of 3 become 2 multiply 2 equal to 8. So it's rise up the power 2 to the power of 3. So this is a power function which included in this cmath library. So for example, if I write integer main, and I want to calculate the square root of 10, so I can say here like integer number, or num, is equal to 10, or 100. Let's put the 100. And now if I cout, there's like I can say cout, and I say sqrt of number, or num, and now here return 0. So here I calculate the square root of this number. The number is 100. So This function, which is called in C++ sqrt, it calculates the square root of a number. The square root of a number, like the 10 is, and then the 100 is 10. If you print out, it will print 10. If we change this number to the 81, so the square root of 81 became, 9. Because 9 to the power of 2 equal became, 81. So this function is used to, perform or to calculate the square root of, this number. Or you can, perform the, other mathematics operation, like, you can use this power function to, raise the power of, x to the power of y. So the same way we can use all of these functions, inside our program. But in order to use all of these functions, which are, mathematics functions, please remember, we need to include this library in our program. Like as we included iStream, input-output stream, because we use the cout, we want to print out something on the screen. So here, because we use here the square root, the sqrt function, which is inside the cmath library, so we include it in our program. So whenever you want to, use these mathematics functions like sine, like cosine, like square root, cube root, perform, find the cube root of a number, or log 10 of a number, or log 2 of a number, or round a number, floor, round up a number, or ceil round down a floor round down a number, and the ceil is used to round up a number, or you want to calculate the power of, x to the power of y. So all of these functions are included inside cmath, and we need to include, at the beginning of our program, we need to include this library. So now it is time for practice. Hello, I am back in my computer. So let me open my, IDE. So we are on lecture 15. And in this lecture we discussed about C++ mathematical functions. Look, if you want to use, mathematics functions like, like sqrt, which calculate the square root of a number, and also if you want to use cbrt, which calculate the cube root of a number, or we want to use log 10 of a number, or log second of a number, log 2, or we want to use, the round function, or we want to use the sine function, cosine function in our program, and also if you want to use the floor function, which, round the number down, and the ceil function, which round the number up, or the minimum, the maximum, these functions, all included on cmath library of C++. So let's start. So I include the library first, because I need to use one of this function. / include, I use the cmath. So I just included the cmath, library in our program. Now let's calculate, for example, if I, write here double, like, a number, and also I use another variable, which is result. So for example, I want to calculate, the square root of a number. So what I can do, I just cout, I say enter a number. So now I can, cn the number, then I can calculate here result sqrt of a number. So now let's cout the result. Cout. I can see the square root of number is result. So if I run the program, so let's check. It says enter a number. So I enter, number, 100. As we know, the square root of 100 is 10. So now this function, which is sqrt, it calculates the square root of this number. If you want to calculate this cube root of the number, so let's change this one to cube root, cbrt, cbrt of this number. So now I can say cube root of a number. I change the program, cube root of this number is become this. So let's run the program now. I enter a number 27. I think the cube root of 27 is 3. So now it says the cube root of 27 is 3. We want to calculate, the logarithm of this number. So we use another function, log. We have log 1, log 2, log 10 of a number. So you can calculate, I can see here log 10. And I can change this one to the log 10 of the number is log 10 of number is. So now run the program so we can calculate the log of a number. So it's I enter the hand rate. Yeah, it says log 10 of 100 is 2. Yeah, it is. If you calculate the logarithms of 100 to the base 10, it's become second. The answer becomes second. If you want to calculate the sign of a number, or you want to calculate log second of a number, so you can change this to the log second of a number. So now you can run this program. So let's calculate the log second of a number. So it says enter a number. I enter number 8. I want to calculate the log log of this number, log second of this number, log 2 of this number. It's become 3 because 2 to the power of 3 became 8. If you want to calculate, I write the program here. For example, if I calculate the power of a number, so I can change this program to the double. I can say double base, and I can say exponent, and also I can define another variable result. So now what I can do, cout, enter the base. So now I can say cn, so you get cout, enter the exponent, and now cn exponent, and now I calculate. Result is, I use the power function, which it takes two parameters, two numbers. One first is the base and the second is the exponent. And now I should print out this. So the result is, I can see cout, the result is result. So let's run the program. So it says enter the base. So I enter 2. And it says enter the exponent, sorry. I can enter the 10, and it should be 1024. Yes, the result is 1024. If you rise up to the power of 10, it's become 1024. If you rise up enter the first number, I can enter 10, and enter the second number, I rise up to the power of 3. So it should become 1000. So if you want to use in your program, math functions like, square root, cube root, logarithm of 10 of a number, you want to calculate logarithm of second number, like logarithm of 2, or round the number, or sine, cosine, floor, ceil, minimum, maximum. So you can, all of this function is located inside this library, and you need to, include this library in your program. So this was today's lecture, and thank you for watching this lecture, and see you on the next lecture.